13. $14.
I think there's a red maybe at the bottom of the cluster. We'll go to the left corner. That's the one he's played on. Maybe he was thinking if he comes a little bit low on it, he could have brought other reds
90.
into play, but he's just about on it. But I think he'll have to go up for the blue because I don't think the pink's available.
$20.
Well, if he'd have picked that up with his hand, he couldn't have played it any better than that. They look so comfortable, Dennis, don't they, when they're in the ball spotting and break building. There's been a few safety shots that leave a little bit to be desired, but that'll just add to the excitement of this semi-final, I'm sure. And now an opportunity. He's got this red to the right corner.
25.
And he can bring the other reds into play here. And the reds that are around this end of the table would be enough if he could get them with colours. He wouldn't need that awkward red that's near the black. You just trust a little bit to luck with this shot. He's very good when he's playing these little cannons, 딩전휘vs트럼프, judging, but he knows he's going to be running onto other reds. Can he guarantee to be on a colour? I mean, personally, I'd be playing it with a bit of pace and trying to get up for the blue here. I wouldn't put all my eggs in one basket and try and stay on the pink.
Yeah, two ways of playing it at pace. Run through with lots of left-hand side, or screw back into them with a little touch of right-hand side. And he's screwing back. Look where he's striking. And watch the cue ball. Beautifully played.
26.
That cue ball wouldn't have finished on the pink without the side. The reverse side, as it hits the cushion, spins off to the left.
That pink puts him 23 points in front. So if you could get 4 pinks with these 4 reds at the end of this table, at
32.
the end of the table, then that would be another 28 points. So he'd be 51 points in front with those 2 reds up there. So he can win it with these reds at this end, but they're not ideally situated.
He's awkward. He's going to have to lean over the 2 reds. He might need the rest here. He's got to be careful he doesn't foul those.
33.
He got a bit of action on that, okay, even though he was hampered slightly.
Had a quick glance at the scoreboard. You've got to be aware of the scoreboard, but he could play the yellow and these 3 reds and pinks, and he still wouldn't need the 2 awkward reds. That's the important thing at the moment. Working out a way to get enough points to get to the snooker's required stage without those 2 reds near the right-hand side cushion.
Well, he needs to get a cannon on them because they're all covering each other. Can he get enough spin on it? It's a good effort. It's a very good effort. Just a little bit unlucky.
35.
Touch more side. And he would have cannoned the pink fuller, and he would have been on that red.
$26 points the lead. He may think a risk is worth taking. has he developed the black? Not quite. But he'll be sneaking in behind the black now. Bought cushion first.
딩전휘 36.
He'll be a little bit disappointed. It was half a chance to win the frame at that visit.
Well, if he tries to land on these two near the pink, it's got to be absolutely spot on. And that's a pretty good pace. It's a very good escape there. Any more pace on that cue ball, he would have left one on.
I can't think of many players that have played on those two reds. I think I'd been looking for one of the reds on the right-hand side of the table, but didn't he play it well? Fearless.
Well, talking about fearless, Ding was looking to see if he could chip this red in, believe it or not, because he would finish on the black. Now that would be a fearless shot. And maybe just a little bit too ambitious, that one, because that was quite a thin snick needed. Wasn't far off it though. That couldn't have turned out better.
One.
That's left him an angle on the black to develop at least one of the reds on the side cushion. Without the cannon on the yellow, this shot wouldn't have been available. He can bring one, if not two, of these reds into play. He's okay. He might be able to take the one closest to the cue ball. He's a left-hander. It's the most awkward shot on the table, although the one that he's going to lean over is pretty awkward also. Normally you'd screw back for the blue just to try and get the cue ball slightly away from the cushion. Just depends on the angle. He's running through, as you can see, so not playing for the blue. Making sure of the red. And he's left himself an angle on the green to get up to the one next to the pink. He's got a slight angle on the yellow to also get there.
Very interesting when he played that red just before the yellow there. He's... Oh, sorry, Michaela, you want the yellow?
Sorry.
Hang on, Judd. Michaela's made a mistake.
I didn't notice that. Did you pull a red out?
$12.
Yeah, just going back to that shot, Dennis, when he had the red, he's just not hard enough. But to refuse to play it
19.
normally and get the rest. I mean, we see so many people overstretching rather than use the rest. It's unbelievable just to see him stroke it in. But he's just disappointed there. He's just 2 inches short of where he wanted to be. Now, is this red too risky to take on?
Playing right-handed, and it looks as if he's trying to cut it in the opposite corner. And look at this shot with the opposite hand. And he looks good with the opposite hand, a little bit like Ronnie O'Sullivan does when he switches.
Yeah, that was a tremendous pot, and the reason he played that, of course, there was an element of safety in it. He's not perfect on this yellow. Didn't matter. If it runs on, this will be perfect. Needs another couple of inches. He's just about on it.
22.
Once again, what, 3 more inches, and he'd been absolutely perfect on the yellow. Frame at his mercy. Still 5 points behind, and he's up to and including the pink.
There's 2 ways of playing this. You can go around the angles, leave the green for that pocket, or you just leave the green into the opposite. It just depends how he feels and the angle he has on it. Might leave the green for the same pocket as the yellow, but that's exactly what he's done, but he hasn't hit it hard enough. So he's pretty good at playing exhibition type shots, but that's okay when the frame is dead. He's going to have to pull one off here, and he's still 3 points behind. He'd have to go all the way around the angles, miss the middle pocket. He's got a long way to travel, but we know how good he is at this type of shot. Can he pull it off when there's still... Of course he can. Watch the white as he missed the middle pocket. He has.
31.
That's a little bit short also. Only needs blue and pink.
Oh, he's hit it too thick. Oh, he thought he'd missed it, but it's turned out to be absolutely perfect. He lifted his cue up, he thought he'd missed it. But no danger with the pink, so that was a frame that 딩전휘 looked as though he was going to take. He went out of position. I said, would he get another chance? He didn't. Judd Trump does what was necessary. He now leads 2-1.
Well, that was anyone's frame there. The black got tied up early on, and there wasn't any big breaks in that until that 42 at the end. Ding had his chances. And this was a very risky one. He thought, well, if I can chip this in, I'll get on the black. But that is a tough cut. You look at the angle there. He got very close to it. He didn't think he was going to hit the pink, but that was the chance that Judd wanted, and he took it. So, fascinating stuff, John. You can't pick a winner here, can you?
Well, let's just sit back and enjoy it, really, Dennis, rather than thinking about who's going to come out in front, because the one thing we did see in that frame, which when we were looking at the stats as we watched Judd potting this red right-handed, I mean, this was a terrific pot, and he didn't come perfect on the yellow, but he played a good shot on the yellow. But it's the safety shots, wasn't it? There was a few loose ones there early on in the frame. 딩전휘 played some poor safety, managed to get away with it, and then Judd played a couple of poor safety shots which could have cost him the frame. And I think that we've got to keep a very close eye